Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. We are at McIver Station. It is Sunday the 29th of March 2026 and today is actually the very last day of operation for the McIver pedestrian maze crossing over here. Yes, so as you can see, high frequency crossing, alternative access when gates are closed, McIver Station underpass. So that sign's been there since the Ellenbrook Line, because with its introduction trains got even more frequent here, and then the TCL and everything and the stadium events is just crazy busy. So as you can see right now already, so many trains. It's a Sunday. In weekday peak it's even more crazy, and on stadium event days it's even more crazy, which there was a stadium event yesterday on Saturday. Unfortunately I wasn't here. But we did have quite a few enthusiasts taking some videos over there, including the Fremantle and Yanchep direct trains and a C-Series 134 that also came through. Also, by the way, 128 is in service now, finally, after like years of it testing. It's in service, and it actually is a bit unique because it doesn't have the Metronet logo on the front. It has the Transport logo instead. And it also doesn't have Made in WA on the windows, so I wonder if they're admitting that that's not really true. But anyway, I will insert those clips that were given to me, because that was actually the last ever C-Series through that active crossing, I guess, so that is interesting to see. But you can see here as well, pedestrian crossing closure from Monday 30 March. Now originally it was actually going to close today, so yesterday with the event it would have been the last day, but then like a week before they changed it. So it's still open today, which is kind of weird, but anyway, the pedestrian crossing at the western end of McIver Station will be permanently closed. Refer to station signage and map for alternative access. And there's the map. Entry to hospital is through the car park, which actually I honestly never knew. Like, I knew there was the ramp to the hospital, but to the car park, but I didn't realize there's actually a whole walkway down the side, and then you get to the lifts, and there's a specific button on the lift that says McIver Station entry. Like, it's actually a lot more designated than I thought it was for the connection to the hospital. Now I did hear there is actually, Rita announced there was plans for an upgrade to the station with potentially an overpass and connecting better to the hospital, while the city of Perth was disputing to close it and merge it with Placebrook. So very differing views, but that's not going to happen without state funding. Anyway, obviously just use the underpass. All this is closed. Walk to Perth Station 490 meters, 930 meters to the train replacement bus stops. That's kind of terrible. Anyway, I don't know why it's saying like there's no trains and that thing, but to Byford, Coburn Central, Ellenbrook, High Wycombe, Midland, and then to Perth, yeah. So actually, that train replacement bus stop, it still said the 907 goes to Armadale, and I complained, and they said they'll change it, so I guess we'll check on that as well if they've changed it. But yeah, here we are, walking down in this middle section. This has been something you could do for so long, but now all of a sudden you won't be able to anymore, and this is actually such a good vantage point to watch the trains. You don't actually realize how good it is. But I've honestly rarely done it. I don't even think I did it in the McIver Station video, which is really sad, which is why we definitely need to make this video for the last day. In fact, I might even come here for the last train tonight. It's only at around 12:20, which is not that bad, at least the in-service one, compared to on Saturday it would have been like 3 a.m. But actually the last Fremantle train is at like 12 something as well, which means by the time it gets back it's like 1. So anyway, I don't know when they'll close it. I guess first thing in the morning, but there goes set 69 to High Wycombe. And yep, all this. Now the really terrible thing is this actually closes as soon as the train enters platform 8 at Perth, which is ridiculous because that is like definitely not gonna come here. But yeah, enjoy all these shots of this. So quite a random thing to be happening. They only announced it like 2 weeks before, or even less, but honestly interesting that we at least have something else after Midland's open now. Yep. So we'll walk it all the way across one more time. And also I realized that old sign here that had the really old transport logo, like McIver Station sign, it's actually not here anymore. That was like the oldest surviving one. I don't know when they got rid of that. But yeah, it's gonna be quite a lot more inconvenient now really to get into McIver all the way down there, especially if you're trying to come from this side, but whatever. That's just the reality of having so many lines through here now. Yep, that's on this side. At least you still have this access to platform 1. Ah, they already changed it there. Pedestrian crossing closed. It's not yet, but... Now, the main problem is, since it was closed so long, especially in peak and during stadium events, people were just jumping the fence because they couldn't even see a train, which makes sense considering, you know, it was in platform 8. So, it's just stupid. But then because so many people were jumping the fence, there was actually near misses at times. And drivers got scared of that and stuff, so yeah. It's the right decision, but it just is a lot more inconvenient now. They're gonna block it up here, obviously, but I guess no one will be able to jump over anymore. Now, the fact that that was a road crossing before is like so crazy. But that was obviously only had the Midland line for the east, and then Armadale and Thornlie as well. And there's a specific custom announcement for that. If you heard that for the crossing, that's pretty crazy. Yeah, so that closed in 2019 in preparation for the airport line opening. It wasn't even open yet, but for 3 more years, but still. Now they put up these new black signs as well, pointing towards where the hospital is and how to get to the platforms, and then obviously train replacement just down there. Honestly, they're putting this hospital symbol on a lot more places now. Seeing it at Midland, pointing you towards the hospital, when you literally, like the 301 exists solely for that, and they're still discouraging it. Now here we have a 6 car actually, missed to somewhere. And the thing is actually also down there in the yellow text. Anyway, without the lights on. Actually pretty cool, we still get to see a 6 car then, despite there being no stadium event today. Oh. Yeah, there's a Perth to Cannington closure as well tonight, which actually means there won't be any Armadale or TCL trains to see for the last services. It'll only be the Midland Airport and Ellenbrook Lines. Actually, also this week there was Perth to McIver closures in the last week. I wonder if that was to do with this. There was McIver terminating trains again, but I filmed that in the past anyway. And Byford train. So many trains. You can see this, like 3 car right there, 6 car right there. I don't know where that's going. And Ellenbrook train coming in. Alright, now after this train I'll insert you all the clips from yesterday. Oh, is that... oh no, it's 88. I'll insert you all the clips from yesterday. And then you can... we'll just do a bit more here now. Also with this closure it means there's actually... yeah, there's only one... is that true? Yeah, there's only one pedestrian crossing left on the whole Thornlie-Cockburn line. There was already no level crossings, but now there's only one pedestrian crossing as well, which is at Burswood, the only remaining old station. Yep, there's no other crossings. That's actually quite interesting. The whole Thornlie-Cockburn line, no crossings except Burswood and the driver one at Claysbrook. And also the whole Midland, the whole Airport and Ellenbrook Lines no crossings except Meltham. Yeah, that's true actually. So both all three, the Thornlie-Cockburn, Airport and Ellenbrook lines, are now only going to have one pedestrian maze crossing left on their entire lines. Burswood or Meltham, and that's it. One risky point left. Obviously Midland and Armadale still have tons, but yeah, this one definitely one of the riskiest in being removed. Okay, stadium event clips now. At least I guess we'll still get this shot, because this bit's probably gonna stay. It's cool that they still run parallel despite coming from so far now, like from Byford and from Ellenbrook or whatever that train is, and then they still end up here at exactly the same time. Can you imagine cars crossing here now with the current frequencies? Oh no, that was an airport train going to Claremont, but still. A series and B series racing. That's pretty cool. And now we're gonna get the Midland train coming in to the new station, which I haven't been to enough, to be honest, and I still need to release the bus changes videos, but before I do that I want to go on the very last on the last 3 to 1 service of the day, which is one of only 2 services anyway. So, and there we go. See, exactly what I was saying. See? Already an instance right there of the illegal crossing happening again. And that's all because it's beeping because the Midland train's on platform 8. Like, it literally makes no sense, but... See how long it's beeping for? It's still not even inside, so... Okay, it's coming now. And why do you have the Perth desto, mate? Bruh. But it's not going to Perth. Oh, shiny new pantograph. Set 24 and 9. Now set 29 is still out of action since the derailment at Bayswater in November, which I'm still so mad I missed out on. As well as set 48, because apparently it crashed into a buffer at Claysbrook Depot, so... and now the whole coupler is screwed up. And we have the TCL train coming. Now this is on a Sunday and you see how much it's closed, so. And this was closing again, oh my gosh. This time for an inbound Midland. And that one's also still closed, probably for an inbound TCL now. So yeah, that's just the reality of it. Tomorrow, I'm expecting a lot of people to be jumping across, despite it not even being a designated crossing anymore. They really should just build another bridge here, or like directly, properly connecting to the hospital as well. And honestly, wouldn't be surprised if this remains closed now for a High Wycombe train on platform 8, so. Oh no, never mind. Yep, and Perth-Bound TCL. Got a nice helicopter landing up there. Anyway, I think that's enough enjoying the... Oh, another 6-car, damn. Enjoying the crossing here. I might come back for the night clips, but actually right now I also found out Wellington Street is closed, which means there's a ton of bus deviations. So we'll take a quick look at that. Including 950 and Barrack Street, actually. Just like it used to be in the old days. Pretty cool. Why is there so many NIS 6 cars on a random Sunday? Where are they going? And Byford train. Oh, now the 6 car's going as well. Why are all these NIS trains driving with the depot lights on and not the main lights on? Also, this smart rider validator up here at the top of the entrance on this side is completely useless now. That side, I guess, is fine. And that side, but the middle one, completely useless. So. Another train. And the Ellenbrook train again. Said 58. Can tell from afar, not from the number, but because the font is kind of weird or something, or the spacing of the numbers on 58 is just a bit strange. Now, next weekend actually, we have Easter, and we have Easter Sunday, Yanchep Line day closure. It's been a while. The last time there was a day closure beyond, like there was a Perth to Stirling closure in February 2024, which is already over 2 years as well. But the last time there was a closure beyond Stirling in the day scheduled was actually August 2023. So yeah, it's really been a while. That one was Perth to Joondalup. Now it's just Perth to Whitford. So we just have 904 and 944 running again. But of course the shuttle trains, or quote unquote shuttle, is actually running Whitfords to Yanchep now, obviously. Last time it was Whitfords to Butler. Surprised there's still any new content regarding the Yanchep rail extension, but it actually is, because there's been absolutely 0 day closures on the Yanchep line. The Yanchep line is the least closed line of them all. And now we have this closure. And then also 3 weeks later on the Anzac Day public holiday weekend. Since Anzac Day is on Saturday, we actually have public holiday on the Monday as well. So they're actually shutting it from the whole Sunday and also the Monday. So 2 days of that section closed. I don't know what they're doing, but 2 days. And then Saturday it's obviously open, because that's like the real Anzac Day when people are going to the dawn service. With dawn service trains on every line except the Thornlie-Cockburn line. Like, come on, Transport. Even 3 years ago in 2023, when it was still the Thornlie line, Thornlie didn't get an extra train while every other line did. That was like acceptable, I guess, because it's just one station spare. But now you got the whole thing, Nicholson, Ranford Road, and still no extra train. So stupid. But yeah, anyway. Yep, here we go. We've got all the routes on Barrack Street today. 43, 3411, Yellow Cat. Yellow Cat is skipping so many stops. It's so bad. Like half the route's just gone, because this is completely blocked up here. $9.50 up here as well. Yep, there's one. That's where it used to go, and this was a one-way road up, and William Street was a one-way road down in the past, when Horseshoe Bridge was still... I mean, Horseshoe Bridge is open, but I'm pretty sure Horseshoe Bridge was one way as well, so... It used to be like a square around the CBD, which a lot of cities do, but we don't really have one-way roads anymore, except for Hay Street and Murray Street. But even that section of Hay Street down there, they've changed into two-way on the Red Cat as well. Oh, yep, there's another 950. Hope no one's waiting for buses on William Street. Might go take a quick look. There goes 950. Yep, there was people waiting at the stops. Here's some more car stuff. 960 on William Street instead of 950. 4047. Also can't believe what number we're already up to. It's like 4122 or something. Oh well, I could stand here all day filming these buses, but they're just deviating around the block. There is stickers on the stops, so people should hopefully figure out there's no bus after they end up waiting for ages. Alright, just one quick trip across the crossing while it's still beeping here. Perth to McIver.
McIver.
Here it is. You can hear the ding ding ding, which you now won't hear along the Armadale line until you get to Kenwick and beyond, except for Burswood still, but really need to do something about Burswood as well. Alright, it is now the next day technically, so it's closing on Monday, yeah, but 30th of March, 12:07 a.m. This is the last Midland train of the day. Would have been way later if it was Saturday. Last Eastern Group train of the day. Oh my god, it's the officers that's kicked me out of Midland. Shit. Oh my god. Really don't want to have another bad experience, but anyway. Let's head over one stop again to McIver. Alright, one stop. No one else using the station. Last outbound train of the day. Just took it one stop. Luckily the officers did not get off, otherwise we'd be in for another very bad situation. But we might be in a terrible situation nonetheless. Because McIver at night is not something to want to do. It's actually not playing music. I think it only does it like Friday or Saturday nights, but it does play music to deter people sleeping here. And there goes the train. And now we can pay our proper farewell to the crossing. Now, honestly, I wouldn't really be here for this because it's not really that significant to have to be here this late, but I was doing a uni assignment basically all day and I just was in the library and then I went to Dome and then I just did it on trains for the rest of the night until now, and then I just submitted it. So now I'm here anyway, so yep, might as well be here. So the last in-service train is an inbound airport line train in about 10 minutes already. Here's an inbound Midland and then behind that's the inbound airport, and that's it for the in-service trains. But of course there are NIS trains going back to Claysbrook, which I believe the last one is going to be the Fremantle NIS train, which is leaving the city in 5 minutes, and then it still has to go all the way to Fremantle and all the way back, so it's probably still like an hour. Now that's assuming they do close it before the first service. If they don't, it's completely insignificant, but we'll see. Anyway, this is actually the last in-service A series right now. Past the crossing, so honestly, now with Metro and done, you're just looking for any way to make something interesting, even if it's not that crazy. But like, a city pedestrian crossing is pretty crazy, so. The final activation for an in-service train. Damn. What a nice driver. Flashed the lights and the horn and waved. Alright, now let's run over there and see the Byford 907. Okay. And after an intense run over here, Byford Station. Oh, it doesn't even say. Bro, it just says train replacement. I wanted to get the Byford Dester in the city. Terrible. Well, it's an Arctic. 3114. What? Left here? Bro, what the hell? I don't think that's the way to go. I mean, I guess. Actually, that is faster. Why does the route go down there?
I like this drive.
Oh well. I never went to check the bus stop that I said earlier in the video, so let's go see. And here we are. Yes, it is changed. Wow, they actually do listen. I put in a little complaint saying this still said Armadale and actually been fixed. So let's see the date. Yep, 16th of March 2026. Oh, and this bit was 16th of March 2025. What's the chance? What's the chance that I complained at the perfect timing to replace the top bit on the 1 year anniversary of the bottom bit being replaced? That's all my doing right there. Wait, what? And this, oh no, that's the timetable. Yeah, so the timetable and that now all have different dates. And that. 4 different dates. On the same bus stop, thanks to me. That's pretty funny. No, that's the wrong track as well. That's the wrong track, so. Like, going in this way. Alright, now we got the NIS train from Ellenbrook coming in. And pretty much right behind should be the NIS from the airport. Now, if he's not going to Norgop, then this is really dumb that it has to go through the Perth and turn around when the train going to depot literally just went back on this track anyway. And that's actually quite close spacing. Like, that train was here like 2 minutes ago, and now it's already going back this way on the same track. But it probably is going to Norgop, so... Anyway. Should only be a few minutes and we'll see the airport one as well. Well, never mind, that was incorrect. Actually, the airport train managed to come before. Oh, we have A series going outbound on the track now. No, correct track this time. But that means it's gonna cross over here, which is very cool. On what now? Then where does it go? Where does it go if it doesn't cross over here?
There's another one up there.
Oh, there's another one.
Yeah. Sort of bugs.
Set 1. Yeah, so the Ellenbrook train hasn't come back yet, surprisingly, even though it leaves the city at like 11:50.
How was the airport train first?
And the airport train leaves at midnight exactly, and it came back first.
Oh, maybe it's a wait.
I mean, I guess Highway couldn't come. Oh, there we go.
Yes! This is to be the last one ever then, surely.
Probably the last activation of this side. Which is the...
Oh, it's a different A series. That was the...
a different AC. Oh, is that the
That's
Fremantle?
the one we saw come in, I think.
That's no, that's the last like in-service Perth-Bound Fremantle.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. And this one's using this track. This is so weird. They're using all the track. Like one went there, one went in the middle, one went here.
Oh, yeah. The last Freo train doesn't use it. This will be the last.
No, it probably will though. Honestly, I've never watched the trains, how they go back to the depot like this, so. And now, very funnily, it's actually being blocked by the other A series. It has to wait at McIver now. And the other side's off again with another B series coming through. So, oh, it is 113. Oh. No, it is 113. I saw it. Is it? No, 105. What? Too many to keep track of with all the lines now. What was that one then? The one from Claremont, but why would the Fremantle come in first?
I'm lost.
I'm confused what that is as well.
Unless 113 came over at 907, it's still coming.
And that one's stopping as well. Too many trains heading into the depot. And we have yet another train on this track now. Again. Is this going to be 79 again or going back? Yeah, bruh. What the hell? What's the point? It's on the same track it came in on, so there's literally no point. It's not even like it went on the other track. He could have just stopped right as he got to the crossover and turned around, but I guess the signaling is just set up that it doesn't work like that, but that just seems so wasteful, going there and back. I don't know where the Ellenbrook train went. Maybe it came when we went to check the bus, because now it's been too long. I believe the last Ellenbrook train has finally arrived after 26 minutes since terminating. I mean, I guess it took like 5 minutes to turn around, so 21 minutes full express run. I guess it's not that bad. Here it is, 113 from Ellenbrook. And again, it's gonna do the same stupid thing. It's gonna go down here, turn around, and then go back, unless it's going to Noragub. Oh, and another one. 2 trains at once. And that one is... What's that one? Another Fremantle train. so crazy how much movement there still is after the last services for so long. Meanwhile in Adelaide, none of the trains even run not in service, so they just keep running all stops till they get to the city and into the depots. So, which also means the first services of the day are actually outbound because the depot's in the city, which is just so stupid. Another Adelaide moment. And a mere 2 minutes later, we have the last Midland train back already that we just got off earlier. Alright, we have another activation on this side. I believe the last Ellenbrook train is now going back. So again, different to what the last airport train did, because it went back on the same track, while the last Ellenbrook train seems to be going back on the other track. So very confusing how they're changing everything. Glad to see the last Ellenbrook doesn't go to nowhere Gulf. That would be pretty bad. Pretty dumb going all the way back there. So now all that's left is that last Midland train to come back and the last one from Freo, which is probably only around Victoria Street right now, to come all the way through. The second last activation, and I believe the people who are going to close the crossing have shown up now over there. But they're gonna wait until the train's through because they're gonna remove everything. That train before we saw was the last B series. Here comes the Midland train with the depot desto. Thank you. Actually some cooler stuff than just not in service. Again on the wrong track. But like, seriously, why is he going to the effort of changing the desto? Unless it's for us, then thank you very much. I can't see it, damn it, damn it. There you go, there you go. Depot. Oh, it's a woman, she. And with that, we have one final train left. And at 1:07 AM, this will be the last time that we leave McIver Station from the western side, heading down by this exit. There's now another van on the other side, so they really have to take everything down, you know, the gates, the lights, the signs, everything. And quite a long pathway down here, not as long as East Guildford, but still pretty cool to be able to walk in between of the tracks of 5 different lines right next to the city. And they're waiting though. It's not like we're being kicked out like we were at Midland. They're all waiting because they have to wait for the last train anyway. or nearly.
Basically.
Yeah, now it's 1:10. As they're closing, it's 1:10 on the dot. Just hit 1:10 a.m. 23 minutes since it terminated, and that was the last ever activation, the last ever train through the Moore Street pedestrian crossing. I don't know when this even opened, probably with the station, after so many years. Here it comes, set 13. Oh. And 22. Gone. And reopening. The end of an era. All right, now it's time to leave. All the contractors are here to get rid of it. Electrical guys and signage guys. First we'll walk across this one for the last time, and then we'll leave via the other side. Final time crossing these tracks right next to Perth Station. And now back to the other side. Goodbye, Moore Street pedestrian crossing. Last time in the middle. Oh, and we have the last user right here. Congratulations, sir, you just earned yourself a title. In fact, you're going to be the very last person on that crossing, other than the workers. And last time here. Goodbye. And these are new signs as well. Look, Metronet on the bottom. I don't think I've seen that before on any other ones. Free travel zone, smart rider and contactless. Yo, I didn't know that. You can actually use contactless as well now in the train free transit zone. Because before you could only go for with smart rider, but you just use your phone now. So that's actually way more accessible to tourists as well, if they want to go free around from Claysbrook to Perth for whatever reason, or City West. Yeah, this is all new. Pretty cool map. It's seriously already graffitied, but...
Like a day.
Oh well, that's it. This video is now way too long already for what it is about. Literally just this, but I guess make the most of what you can with the pretty much no more things going on. And I guess we'll end it here unless we see them closing in right now, but it's probably going to take a while. So yeah, bye.